Hello, guys, and welcome to today's tropical outlook and discussion here for April 28th, 2021. Today, we're going to be looking at the typical stuff, and I have a few examples like how different things are compared to 3 days ago than they are now. But right now, we're going to take a look at the current CDAS Nino 3.4 index. Um, as you can see here, um, it's been going up and down in small strides here the last like couple of weeks, and right now we are dangling the negative 0.2 degree line. So I do expect for this to go below or above negative 0.2 and go into negative 0.1 for a little bit before going back down a little bit more. I do expect it to stay in cool neutral conditions though, because as I said, you know, it has to stay in the cool neutral zone for at least 3 months. And that's because that the Eastern Pacific has to catch up with the sea surface temperatures in order for it to be a proper neutral year. So it's still relatively cold in the East Pac right now. So we won't be seeing that for at least another like month or two at the very least. So this is today's index. Let's see what it was 3 days ago when I did my last update. And as you can see, I just pulled up my video here so we can get a look at it. And that value for that day was negative 0.270 degrees. And as you can see, it went up pretty big there. So just to give you like a relative like reference of where things they were three days ago, and it seems like three days is a lot of time. It seems when it comes to the sea surface temperatures, and we'll see another example of that here very shortly. Speaking of sea surface temperatures, we want to do the 7 day first, and as you can see, um, it seems like there's more pockets of cooler anomalies here that are starting to pop up here in the 7 day change average. Um, I don't know if this is going to be a trend or if this is just like a wobble in the temperatures of the oceans. But I think it's pretty interesting to see where this goes the next time I check this out. Here's the actual 3.4 region here in the like the central. It's the 3.4 region goes from the eastern Pacific to part of the central Pacific. So here in the other regions of the 3.4 area, we have neutral conditions pretty much with a few speckles of above and below normal sea surface temperatures change. Okay, so we're going to take a look at the Atlantic side here. And as you can see, look at this up here, this anomalously warm sea surface temperatures here in the northern Atlantic. These are pretty warm. It's been like this for a while now, actually, for like what seems like forever. I don't know exactly how long this extremely above normal temperatures have been here in the North Atlantic, but it's been there. Um, we got some pockets of below normal sea surface temperatures here in the northeast Atlantic, and here in the MDR region, it's kind of a mixed bag here. So we got some above average, we got some below average, and then we got some neutral conditions in the Atlantic. Gulf of Mexico seems like the colder pockets are starting to leave. Besides this area here in the Bay of Campeche and some of the western Gulf of Mexico. I do expect these blues to make way for more of these orange and red colors here as we go about through time. Um, we're literally in the last 3 days of April here, so here in the next 3 days we're going to be going into May, and this is when these temperatures are really going to start to matter as we crunch forward to the start of the Atlantic hurricane season on June 1st. Just to keep you guys a reminder that the National Hurricane Center is going to start posting their tropical weather outlooks on the 15th instead of the 1st at the start of the season, which makes sense because we've had 6 years in a row of early season activity, or more like preseason activity than early. Well, it's still early, but you get my point. You get my point. Um, so it only makes sense for them to do it like that for the foreseeable. I do believe, in my opinion, that if we get another early preseason start this year, I really think they might consider or might actually do the hurricane season on May 15th next year. At least that's my opinion, because seven years in a row, that's a big streak. If it happens, that is. Anyways, as you can see here in the Caribbean, we got some above average sea surface temperatures changes and some neutrals. Um, we don't see any really cool pockets here in the Caribbean anymore, at least in the 7 day change. Well, besides here in the eastern and southeastern Caribbean, but that's going to be changed here momentarily as we go further throughout time. All right, so here's the mean. This is pretty much the average of everything that's going on right now. This is as you can see, there's a huge streak of above average sea surface temperatures here, gliding all across the Atlantic here. And I do believe that these some of these warm waters here in the Canary waters here are going to get caught up in the Canary Current and making their way south into the MDR region. And this is when it's going to start warming this area up. I give that about another month or so before these warm waters start to catch up with the MDR. But as you can see in the MDR here, we're definitely below average here when it comes to the mean of the sea surface temperature anomalies. And we got some neutral conditions here in the eastern MDR. So that's interesting to see how this is all going to change here in the next month or so. The Gulf of Mexico, as you can see, there's a big warm up here going on in the Gulf of Mexico, and we'll be seeing that here momentarily when I make another reference between my past video 3 days ago and another in the current sea that sea surface temperatures. Um, Here in the Caribbean, we can see that neutral and cooler than normal sea surface temperatures are prevailing here, and it's been like that for a little bit now. So we're gonna see how this rebounds here in the next like couple weeks as we go forward throughout the rest of April and into May. But this is the big story right here. All this blue. This is still indicative of a La Nina conditions in the Eastern Pacific, especially in the Nino 3.4 region, as there's still overwhelming blues here. No, I'm not saying like deep blues or anything, but still the blues are overwhelming here in this part of the Pacific. Um, we got cooler than normal sea surface temperatures here around the Pacific coast of the United States in the Baja California here. It's cooler than the normal sea surface temperatures here in the Nino 3.4 region, and then we got all this blue here in the South Pacific. So La Nina is still in progress here for at least another like while still until these sea surface temperatures start to really rebound and show some signs of colors like the oranges and reds and stuff. All right, we're gonna take a look at the sea surface temperatures here, and I want you to pay close attention to this area right here because I'm gonna show what it was 3 days ago, and you're gonna be amazed about how far north and west this has gone since then. Yeah, you get my point now. Now the waters are really starting to heat up here in the Gulf of Mexico, and that is indicative of what this is showing right here. And I do continue this to continue to happen and warm throughout the rest of the month and going into May. And we got some spikes coming up here on the east coast of Florida too. So the Current is starting to the Gulf Stream. I mean, is starting to do its thing here and starting to warm up. And let's see, comparing. The Caribbean is starting to warm up too, as you can see. We got some 29s in there too, even. Oh, got a 29 in there too. But we could go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. As you can see, the MDR warmer temperatures are starting to creep up north too. So it's only a matter of time. We just gotta, like I said before, we gotta have to lower the wind shear, and that's pretty much about it. And we got to get some precipitation popping up on radar too. So with all this being said, um, I would watch out for something forming in the month of May as we continue the streak of preseason activity. This is just how I feel, in my opinions, about the situation at hand. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I will be back again here in a couple of days with another outlook and discussion. You guys have a nice day.